them onto the towers, those huge long strings, if you remember
those.
Now our webcam is going. But you know what? It's okay. We're here. We're in game. Everything seems to be fine. Game number 1, Last Stand of Jarvan versus Team Marn. And there you go. The Lee Sin going to be the first ban out there out of the gate. Now, here's the thing, though. Team Marn, though, they've proven before they do have the skills. The mechanics are there.
Yeah.
They can still hang their hat on the fact they had like one of the quickest wins when they did make their appearance at MLG against Redact. It was a very fast match.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It was Marn in mid with Xerath against Annie.
Interesting.
And just rolled.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do. I know that they have the work ethic, and they know what it takes to be really good at a game. Because, of course, we have 2 fighting game pros on the team, you know, and high level as well. Marn used to be on EG, I believe.
Yes,
he was.
Yeah, he was.
So he was on Evil Geniuses, for those of you guys who don't know, not Epic Gamers. But
there are other EGs in the world.
There are other EGs, so I mean, pretty significant team. They banned Jarvan.
They banned Jarvan. They banned their own mascot. What is going on?
You got to represent in some way. If they're not going to play Jarvan, then you ban them to show your
show your
pride.
support.
So that's,
show your support for your mascot.
Oh, and look at LSJ.
Hey. And Sam.
Okay,
I have no idea who Sam is.
But
actually,
cool.
no, those are
Last Stand of Jarvan, cool. So they're repping. I like that a lot. And but yeah, Team Marn knows how to get to the top level of play. And so I'm expecting. I mean, they keep trying. They're at MLG. They're playing in our tournament, so they really want to make an impact. And they're doing it the right way by poaching players off of Nick Allen as Handsome.
That's one way to do it.
Yes.
That is definitely one way to do it. But then again, also, tournaments like this, like the Challengers, are a fantastic way to actually still see, how you're doing, where you place, where you actually stand.
Yeah.
With most of the pros. And here's the thing too about Last Stand of Jarvan is that, you do have a lot of these players actually opting to. They don't really play a whole lot of ranked. They do seem to play quite a bit, together as a 5 as a team. Just trying to get whatever scrims they can, trying to learn whatever they can, and already, I mean, we're seeing strategies now come into play. They're a little bit, they're a little bit better in their picking order here, as we see the support being picked here first for Last Stand. It will be the Taric, but Team Marn will pick up Blitzcrank in response.
Yeah, that's interesting. And we saw this earlier today in one of the EU matches. Is that Taric is a champion that has to get in and to do some damage, and Taric is a support that actually can do damage. So you stun, you get in there, you do your, you do what you can, but you have to get kind of close to be able to do things with Taric. And Blitzcrank is like, you're trying to get in close, you're going to get grabbed, and that's scary. And they pick up Ezreal as well, and Ezreal, of course, with that burst damage, is pretty effective. Yeah,
so you get one grab on Blitz. That lets Ezreal just get off his entire combo.
Yeah.
So much damage in that in that man. What some people think is a man at the very least. But he gets just so much damage to get. Plus also you got the Pulse Fire Ezreal skin. You got to look fly while you're doing it. But here we go. Last Stand of Jarvan picking up the Maokai for the jungle. Good pickup. And you also have the Graves, which really combos very well with the Taric. And also Graves, seeing of what little we've seen him in the past, though, Graves is an AD they do seem to favor.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll switch. Please don't let that be Garen.
No, do it.
No. Go back to Graves.
Well, I mean, we'll let that sit there, but Maokai is a good pick, and Maokai with extremely strong ganks, and not the fastest clear, but can be really strong, and then taking Graves. So Graves and Taric together is a really strong combination. In fact, I remember reading something online that's like the most successful duo in solo queue.
Really?
The highest win percentage in solo queue for bottom lane is Graves Taric. So
I like it.
And you can get in with that stun off of Taric, and then Graves can either dive in and buckshot or buckshot then dive out. So it's pretty safe. And of course, with the sustain of Taric too, you can stay in lane a long time. So I like it. Ooh, okay. I like what's going on here.
Now, I remember we did have our little preview article actually posted up on our website earlier. And one of the key words and one of the key themes I was getting from the article was aggression. And that definitely speaks it. Shyvana is a very aggressive champ in the jungle. You do have Orianna, though, combos quite well with her. It's pretty good. Not quite, Malphite level. But, you're going to be diving in as a dragon anyway. You might as well. And it also looks like Last Stand here is going to be going for the double AP, considering the Ahri and the Kennen. You got the Kennen locked in. Ahri's probably going to be a possibility there as well.
Yeah, I really like Ahri in mid. And Orianna, it's a decent matchup. I mean, Orianna can do a lot of damage, but you know, of course, with that strong dive of Ahri, can get in there and do a lot. And then settling on Aurelia for that last pick in top lane. Aurelia, of course, is ridiculously strong right now, and you know, they've nerfed her, they've changed some things around, but she's still there, dominating the top lane. So I'm not surprised at all that we're seeing Aurelia.
So we got. I like both of the comps here.
Yeah.
And also considering that, you know, these are also two teams who are known for being a little bit down and out, to also just opt for the troll picks, to opt for the, you know, let's entertain the crowd option.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
First, you know, game one though, glad to see we're doing something a little bit more standard here. Clicky D going to be running that Shyvana in there in the jungle. And, you know, Maokai, he's there as well. Ezreal going for the cleanse there in the bot lane. A little bit concerned for the Taric stun, and rightly so. But the summoners also seem to be passive on Jarvan's side. You do have the exhaust on Taric, but you have the heal being opted for Graves. So just looking to just play it a little bit safe, be fine, farm, and hope in the unfortunate case you get blitz pulled, hopefully we'll be able to live a little bit longer.
Let us hope.
Let us hope.
Let us hope.
Let us pray.
Yeah, so I really like the Maokai pick in this situation. Maokai, with the combination of Taric, is going to have like extremely strong ganks in bot lane, and Taric's gonna be able to, if you just get a stun off, Maokai can dive in and, you know, hold you up for even longer. So it's gonna be a really, you know, it's gonna be pretty rough down in bot lane. Ezreal, of course, has the ability to escape with that E, I believe it is, and so I mean, it's not gonna be too bad. But yeah, if Maokai is gonna get in, you're not gonna be going anywhere. And again, Ahri's a really strong roamer and can push up really hard and then, you know, and then roam a lot. So Maokai and Ahri going to the bot lane to try to help out is just going to be, you know, catastrophic down there.
Yeah, and I think nowadays too, like, you know, you see a lot of Maokai's. You know, you go for that support. A lot of support junglers now opting for that move 5 boots.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give the mobility advantage here to Last Stand of Jarvan, but in order for Ahri to actually be able to roam and farm, to be able to roam and try and pick off people from other lanes, you have to have a considerable advantage in the lane first.
Yeah.
And Marn is a fantastic AP mid. He really is a force to be reckoned with.
I don't think so. I think he's actually pretty bad.
You are a liar.
Yeah. And I've actually never seen him play Orianna. I've actually never really seen him play at all. But I mean, of course, I mean, the few tournaments we've had him and then MLG and stuff like that. But
yeah,
you know, I'm not putting a lot of faith in him because you know,
you're salty. You're salty. You're salty that he poached your players.
Yeah, heck yeah, I am. So if it's not clear already, I am completely rooting against Team Marn this time around.
You disappoint me, sir.
Yeah, last time Jarvan. Why? How could you not root for them? Listen to their name. They banned Jarvan. It's LSJ. It's awesome. Like I like their spirit. I like what I really like about them.
I like their gusto, I like their gumption.
Yeah, they're trying to, you know, they're a bunch of friends and they're trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
You know, they play together. They're just having a good time, and that's really cool. So yeah. I'm really rooting for them, and you know, Marn, I hope he loses horribly. Aren't I supposed to be impartial into the?
You're doing a very good job,
yeah.
Nick. You're doing a very
good
job.
Anyway, so Clicky D is a cool guy though.
He is.
So I could root for him a little bit. Yeah, he's really nice. Met him before at IPL 4. And
yeah. Well, I mean, IPL 4 is kind of, you know, Epic didn't when they were still Epic didn't have the best of tournaments, unfortunately. And but then again,
well, they picked up 2 subs for that tournament. They picked up Clicky D for jungle and Mashme for AD, who is now on TSM Evo. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So yeah, not the best, but yeah, I mean, Clicky continues to play well, and the thing is, man, I don't know if he's gonna be able to reach the top level of League of Legends because I know he still plays fighting games a lot.
That's the biggest trouble too about the multi-genre pro gamer.
Yeah.
Is that you do have to split your attention, and it's rough to do. I've done it myself in the past, like trying to split between like Guitar Hero and Magic the Gathering. It's like, you know, you have to make a time commitment, because otherwise you're just gonna get worse in both. And I know, and I've read Marn's Twitter quite a bit. I mean, I still follow him. By the way, go follow him. He's a very entertaining man. But it's still like, it seems like he's actually kind of going through the conundrum himself too. He's like, do I want to dedicate all of my time to LoL? Do I want to dedicate all of my time to fighters? He's kind of going through that transition again too.
Yeah, I mean, he's been going to tournaments as recently as 2 or 3 weeks ago still. So he's still doing a lot of fighting game stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how his League of Legends skills are holding up. I know he plays a lot. I also know that he doesn't play from home, from what I understand. Like he actually goes and plays at PC cafes, so he spends a lot of time there, and so hopefully, you know, he can play well. What am I saying? Hopefully he just loses horribly. Like, what am I talking about?
But then let's also put things in perspective too. Evo was a few weeks back. So I guess this would be kind of like considered the, I guess the off season for fighters.
That's true, yeah.
So I mean, you got the time. You can make a little bit more of a commitment. But you know, when things start rolling in through again, and then again, a lot of fighters are also coming out very soon as well. So it's going to be the new games coming on in, and you still have your local tournaments as well. So we'll see. We'll see
how they do.
Gets this time.
I know they want to be good, and they want to commit hard to League of Legends. So we'll see in the coming months. You know, as we start going into season 2's ending and season 3 is going to be starting up. We'll see how Marn hangs in there, and I really hope that we see some last stand of Jarvan, you know, at the top level of competitive play. So hopefully they get to stick around, and you know, I like what they're doing here. Well, Marn of course has Blitzcrank, so that means a pretty strong level 1 invade. You don't always do that, but yeah, pretty strong here. So
I'm liking this though.
Ooh, this is pretty good.
I'm liking this. Clicky D
coming
coming around the corner. They're gonna see is the reaction time enough. There we got it. Mega Zero actually gonna be focused on. You do have the exhaust go down, and first blood gonna be there for Hyphae on the cannon. Clicky D in full retreat. Nice.
My boys over there. Last stand of Jarvan.
Last stand kind of they just outplayed. They knew that Team Marn, they know that they play aggressive. They knew they were going to go aggressive.
Yeah.
You had the sapling there in that bush. You had the ward coverage right here. And nice. That's why a lot of teams opt to play defensive, because the invade is such a common thing these days.
Yeah.
And that's not a very common place to be hiding either.
No, it's
so
not.
They caught him off guard. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a little taken back, actually. Like, I'm surprised that they waited in that specific spot, but that was really good. They got a really strong early kill, and who got the kill on that?
Kennen.
So that's going to help the top lane a little bit. And yeah, I'm excited to see how that turns out. But yeah, I mean, they play defensive. We didn't see Maokai with boots. We saw him with the regen, and so you know they wanted to play defensive. They wanted to sit back, and so they got the best of both worlds. They didn't have to invade, and they got an early kill, and they got the good starting items. So
yeah,
you
didn't have to do jack. You just had to sit back and let them come to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. So, but you know, for now though, Kennen does have that kill to his credit there in the top lane. You do see Clicky D already starting to get aggressive. Ooh, does not get spotted, goes the long way around, and he's actually going to be looking to do something over at Jarvan's red buff here. We'll see anything. Oh, there we go. There's the spot. Polish Machine is a little bit weak. The exhaust goes down. Blue buff. So that's a double buff for Clicky D right there. But here's the thing. Kratos is not too far behind the charm.
Nice
going to be missing. Nice juke coming in from Clicky D. Kratos does have to flash out, but you do have the rest of the team collapsing in. But the AD and the support are split here, so a little bit of miscommunication, and Back may find himself on the very rough end of a dragon. The Summoner Heal not going to be able to help, and that is another kill for Team Marn. A little bit of miscommunication. You saw Lack just going the wrong way.
You know, it looked like that Ahri missed her charm there, and Graves missed the buckshot. So they missed like 2 big opportunities to do a lot of damage and maybe try to steal that double buff back from Shyvana, but it didn't happen, so that's pretty unfortunate. Meanwhile, mid is just pushing. Martin saw that they're going to be hanging out in the jungle. It's like, well, I'm going to try to push really hard and prevent some experience here. So, and Shyvana just being assertive and getting in there and trying to do some steals. It's 2-0 already, really early. So that's going to put Maokai, an already slow jungler, way behind.
Yeah, it's if he sticks around though, if he just stays defensive, if he just farms his own stuff, he can definitely come back. It's going to be a huge uphill climb. But what's going to be is that if he wants to catch up, he's going to have to restrain himself and not gank as much as he usually would. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible to come back, and it's still very early on.
Yeah. And Maokai is a gold per 10 jungler, plays pretty defensive. So in the end, if we, he might not be too far behind. He did get a really early Philo Stone.
Yes.
So, pretty good on him for getting that. So I'm excited to see how he's going to shape going into this mid game.
Kratos is getting pretty decently harassed here in the mid, though, and very low on mana. So you got to back pretty soon. But you do see the Polish Machine on Maokai up here looking for that gank here in the top lane. Mega Zero is caught out in the bush, does surge over to Maokai, and actually does get him to safety. But Kratos here is being dove here. Marn, even exchange there in mid. A little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, even exchange, except it looks like a lot of the... Oh, that's unfortunate.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's got burnt down pretty quick. That's the problem with. I mean, you can continue to get poked down really hard, and you think you're safe, and then here comes Blitzcrank, and can really do some damage to you.
Happens.
But it happens from time to time. But yeah, interesting trade in the mid. It was actually probably a little beneficial for Marn because since the creeps are kind of pushing in to the tower there. By the time he gets back, the creeps aren't quite going to be at his tower yet, so he's not going to miss out on the golden experience that Ahri had to miss in that situation.
Claykey actually camping out the red buff, but is waiting for someone to actually come on by, or until the bot lane decides to push on in. They can get a definite dive here onto the bot tier 1, but here comes Maokai, and Claykey is just waiting for him, realizing he's like, yeah, you're going to be going down to defend. I'm going to be here to intercept. Nice flash over the wall, but in pursuit, here comes the Blitzcrank. He's got that movement, so we can't actually get there to exhaust. Going to be more than enough, but here's the thing, though. Can Jarvan actually make something happen here? And again, the support in the AD split up, allowing Graves to take all that damage, and Echo comes in for that last hit. He's taking quite a bit of turret damage, though. Kratos is still in pursuit, but only level 4, does not have the ult, and Marn is also here to help trap him in. The charm actually does go down onto Orianna, but here comes the uppercut. Gonna be popped up. It's a 4v1. That's another quick kill for Team Marn.
Team Marn is playing pretty aggressive in that bot lane, just camping him out, and that's actually going to be, put him in pretty bad shape. Ezreal 2-0-2. It is still pretty early in this game, so that is unfortunate. And, Graves is actually missing a lot of important buckshots. Like, he missed a shot and actually hit the golems in that situation. He might even taken some damage from them. So just a really bad turn of events there, and it's going to allow Team Marn to just push hard and take this dragon.
And that is the dragon, and that is that's a 4K gold lead here on the 7th minute. Very, very early on. So unfortunately, the first blood not able to do a whole lot here for Last Stand of Jarvan. It is still early on. There's a lot of ground to make up here, but right now though, just seemingly the bot lane seems to be a little lacking at this point, unfortunately. But you have a very fed AD. You got a support who's 2-0-2 so far. So if there's anything that's going to happen, big plays, we're relying up there. We're relying on the Kennen. Top lane is doing well. Here's the thing, with that first blood, is actually the farm is relatively even, but Aurelia over time though, Mega Zero actually doing a very good job with the farm, and also freezing the lane over by his own tower. So that's going to be a little bit of a pain for Hyphae to try and deal with there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Aurelia just, forcing those trades because of how much damage she can do, and it's forcing Kennen to have to just flash, just get out of there. But oh my gosh, Aurelia. There was so much ground that Kennen had to cover to be able to get safe, and it was just too much. And, Aurelia just, that's the strength of Aurelia. She's just really strong. Oh, Shyvana going in on Maokai, and Maokai, I'm not sure he's going to be able to get out of here.
That's the exhaust.
This is not good, so he's just getting chipped down. Meanwhile, Ahri's going to come in to see if there's anything. I don't think so, no.
It's too late,
Shyvana's too big right now, and that's unfortunate. Oh, let's see if we can turn and kill Ahri here, but Ahri's doing some damage on the Claykey D.
Well, there's the ultimate coming in from Orianna, and if Kratos was 6, if Ahri was 6, stuck by around for a little bit more farm, if the farm was there, if she was level 6, that would have been a kill.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, and Marn actually just has pretty gigantic lead at this point. And bottom lane with that big of a lead, Blitzcrank can literally just like push such a strong advantage. You can't get anywhere close because he'll grab you. Like, I'm just really worried right now that they're going to get grabbed.
And rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time for Ezreal just dive in and do a bunch of damage. There we go.
There's the stun coming from Taric, but the grab is still there, and there's the man with the gems being caught right there inside the brush, opting to actually run back. That's the good play.
I believe.
That is the good play to actually go backwards to save your AD, to give them more time to actually go ahead and retreat. But yeah, and even then, we talk about the fundamentals. We talk about play mechanics here and just the core principles. You look at farm. You have Ezreal there with that ult. There's all the damage necessary here to go ahead and just clean up Graves. But even you will just look purely at the creep score. Don't look at kills. Don't look at deaths. Don't look at assists. Don't look at any of that. Just look purely at the farm numbers. And that's one of the basic principles of LoL, of any MOBA, is those last hits, is that farm, because that's where the bulk of your XP and gold is going to be coming from. And it tells right here, you look in the mid, you see Marn with a 2-level lead on Kratos there, And like 1 kill, 3 assists. I mean, even without that, it's just like you look at the farm. It's just
Yeah.
farm, 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 and that's the 2-level advantage already.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, with that big of an advantage, you can literally just push him out of lane, just like this. So Ken is trying to get a last hit, but it really is like, not in my lane.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. And as much as I want Team Marn to lose, or mostly just Marn, I just want Marn to lose. I don't really care about the rest of the team. They're actually in really good position right now, and I think they're just too far ahead right now where they can just really push people around. And here you go, Maokai's going to get burned down really quick because he's so far behind.
We're on the 11th minute. It is 2-14, and Team Marn have decided to edge out a 7.5K gold lead here very early on. The aggressive plays, the superior mechanics, the better farming here is managing to just get it here for them completely. Another kill there going down to Echo in the bot lane, and it's gonna be pretty rough here.
It's gonna be rough. It's rough. Martin's gonna be able to just keep farming and doing what they're doing, but then they're gonna be able to flip a switch and then just push everything down.
Right.
And I don't know if they're too eager right now to push down towers because I think it's just a little too early, but. We'll see. I guess they're going to do it.
Yeah. I also want to note here, too, and you'll also look at the ward coverage coming in from Marn, and even if they weren't ridiculously in the lead, this coverage allows them to play as aggressive as they are in the bot lane with ClayKD coming on in for those invades, for those counter jungles, for everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You got Hyphae there with the ult under his own tower down top. Marn and MegaZero trying to make stuff happen there, albeit they do leave it a little bit low, but here comes Maokai. He's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage on his own, and still level 5, but you have a level 10 MegaZero. You got a level 9 Marn.
Oh,
There's
nice.
Not a whole lot
I
you can
believe.
do. He may actually be able to get something here, and the tower, one more hit, does actually get the credit there for the Polish machine.
Oh, Marn almost got burned down too by the tower, but bot lane's still getting pushed out, and and Graves is going to get blasted down.
That is the dash. Caught him after dash, and still managed to get in there. The ult, once again, is back up for Echo, and just plugging away at Lack this entire time as he's trying to retreat. Atomic N, just one more pop-up. There you go, Echo getting the credit for that kill.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of hope for Last Stand of Jarvan at this point because they literally cannot be in lane. And what are you going to do, just hang out in your jungle? Well, that's worded too. So you're not in a good position. They're just sticking it to him so hard. There's not a whole lot they can do.
Yeah.
With the creep kill.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can't farm in lane because of the superiority of the levels and the farm and everything. You're just a little bit too strong to deal with. The great ward coverage coming on in. You can't really go in your own jungle. You can't really go in their jungle because that's just you usually do that often when you've tried to edge out a lead for yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, Graves and Taric are what, level 5 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. So
that is rough.
I mean, we're looking at a 9 and 8 bot lane, opposing bot lane, Blitzcrank and Ezreal. So I mean, level advantage is so significant. Like 1 level is like significant, not let alone 4 levels. So that's gonna be really bad shape for them, and Ezreal can continue to push. Oh, and the Blitzcrank grab, and then Orianna just finishing up Marn, get another kill. Dang it, and
so yeah, I mean, I think it was such a great start, such an amazing start for Last Stand of Jarvan. There with that bush camp, Marn just walked right on into it. There's really nothing he could have done. And Hyphae there looking to defend zone tower, does have the ult up. Will actually get the stun down there. Will actually live there to minions. No! Minions! No! Damn it! Almost. Almost.
Man, Jarvan, you had a moment. That's okay. I mean, I'm still let's play for the ultra late game here. Get some gold pretends. Of course, Ahri does have 3 rings, and we're seeing a lot of Dorans just all over that team. But it's not. I mean, they really can't do anything because they can't go to lane because they'll instantly die. They can't go to jungle because they'll instantly die.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go back to it too. I mean, it's the importance of farm.
Yeah,
it really is the importance of farm, and it's when you start heading up into ranked games. When you start, you just actually.
I've been losing horribly in ranked games.
How? Let's use you as an example.
Yes, let's.
Because I saw that while we were actually playing last night, you were doing quite a bit of stuff bot lane. You playing some Urgot, playing some Blitzcrank.
Yeah, I dominated Urgot. Man,
so tell me how just from your perspective, how important farm is.
Yeah.
When you get out farmed, when you recognize that you have a gold disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean,
where does that put you?
Well, like yeah, exactly. Well, as I like learn more about the game and I continue to practice and things, of course, farm is just the most ridiculously important thing. 15 farm is like 1 kill. So, meanwhile, just chaos happening, just ensuing
Echo will
here.
still get out of there.
But yeah, you have to focus on farm because if you're just purely aggressive, and the other opponent's farming and you're not getting the kills on them, then you're going to slowly, increase the gap between you, and the farm is going to be considerably more significant. So, yeah, farm is just like the most important thing, and I think a lot of pros would, say that as well. You got to have a good sense of farming, and you got to be able to stay even and with your opponent. If you don't, this is the result. You get absolutely just crushed.
And even then, like I see a lot of pros. They'll take the time to actually go over replays, and stuff of players, and a lot of what they see. One of the most common things they see is just work on your last hits, work on your farm, work on it, because it's like that's the basic, that's the core. That's what you need in order to actually start getting everything down. Nice. Well, Mega0 getting a little bit too big for his britches there in that one.
But yeah, I mean, when you at like IPL4, for example, but before a big match, you look around and a lot of the laners will be practicing their last hits in custom games just to get like a sense of, I'm going to be playing this champion, like, over the weekend. Like, let me make sure my last hits are on par with where they need to be so I can be farming efficiently and, and better than my opponent. So even they know the importance of last hitting, to a point where they practice it right before matches. So last hitting just so important, and, you got to get that farm, and otherwise you just get way too far behind.
I remember talking with some guys from Curse that like Nijaki, I see him as like one of the best farmers in mid, like ever. And from what I understand, it's gotten to the point where sometimes you have to like yell at him because he just like zones out. He just like completely zones out and just focuses on nothing but farming, and he'll just be like, oh, by the way, you've left me alone for like 15 minutes. Oh, 400 creeps. Yeah, that's pretty good on Karthus. Yeah, those moments come along and just like, oh wow.
Yeah, how did I even get this?
What happened last night?
I blacked out. I woke up. I had 400 creeps.
It's like all I remember last night. Oh, you got that quick pull out from Blitz there. Like all I remember last night was duo queuing with some Shyvana, and then I woke up like in the sewer. I was drooling all over my face, and I had like a Death Cap, a Rod of Ages, and 3 Archangel staffs. So like, how did I get here?
It was a good night.
It was a good night.
I had a good time. But yeah, I mean, and we see, Alex Each is also an insane farmer, like, from Moscow 5. It's really common for him to have over 400 CS at the end of almost every game. He just, the longer the game, of course, the more CS he's getting, but it's like so much more than his opponents, and this is what we're going to see. I mean, Martin is so far ahead. They're going to win before 20 minutes. So that's just a testament of just how strong they played. And, I don't think it was Marn so much that did well as, the rest of the team that did well, because I don't want to give any credit to Marn in this situation.
We got it. We got it. We understand here. But that's going to be it. That's going to be game 1. So Team Marn, very dominant fashion, taking that one right quick. 18 minutes, 30 seconds, pretty quick.
Yeah, good game, Team Marn. Good game.
Yep. So, it's again, before we hit the commercial break, the fundamentals are very important. But from what we've seen, though, especially with that level 1 fight, is that last time of Jarvan, they have been definitely, they've improved, since last time with a little bit of their coordination. But in the heat of battle, you saw some of the miscoordination with the bot lane. You saw, when the AD and the support wanted to actually come on up and help with the rest of the team. You had these aggressive invades coming from Shyvana very early on, and there's a little bit of miscommunication. It was like, well, we should go up and around over by the Wraiths to get them, and then everyone splits.
Yeah,
everyone just goes.
It seemed like the last stand of Jarvan had a pretty good sense of how to harass in lane, but that's just half of the equation. You need to be able to harass and farm at the same time, and that's what makes the difference between good ADs and laners and great is being able to harass and farm and keep your eye on the mini map and all of those things. So there's a lot of things you have to account for, and so hopefully last stand of Jarvan in this next game can make can make some changes and maybe be a little more successful.
It is not over yet.
Nope.
That game one is definitely not a last stand.
Nope.
But this is definitely a chance for Last Stand of Jarvan to go ahead and pull it back, regroup themselves. Possibly similar bands give us those nice initials once again.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to see where it goes. Game number 2, Team Marn versus Last Stand of Jarvan, the IPL Challengers. We're going to be back in just a minute, so do please stay tuned.